Welcome to Decorating Tips and Tricks, the podcast. I'm Anita Joyce with Kelly Wilkness, and this is episode 293, our favorite kitchen tools. And you can find the show notes for today's episode at decoratingtipsandtricks.com/293. And, I love to cook. I love cooking. Don't you love to cook?
I do too. And I do cook almost every single day. We're doing something. Some of it's more of a drudge. Let's just be honest. Because you're like Thursday. Oh, chicken?
Yeah.
How about chicken? And I was like, oh, yeah.
But I like to play that game. I've got chicken, I've got green beans, and I've got some tomatoes that are getting ready to go. What can I make?
No, I love that. I've told you that story about we played like Mr. French, that family affair years and years ago when I was a little girl. I was like, they were like trapped somewhere and he was able to make like this gourmet meal with candlelight, like from an apple.
Mr. French, of course.
And a piece of chocolate and like a squirrel or something. And I was like, ew, I think that's fabulous because you get to be creative. And so I do like that. But sometimes, I'm just being honest, during the week, sometimes you don't feel you're being creative in other ways. But I love having the time to cook or doing it for a holiday or on the weekends. I always do something special, like particularly for Sundays or something. So I do enjoy this. I must say I'm not a big gadget girl in any regard. I don't really go down that road.
Gadgets, but you like nice stuff in your kitchen though, don't you?
Oh no. So what we're talking about today is not really gadgety things, is what I'm saying. We're talking about like things that will allow you to create even more spectacular meals, and tools that will save you time, and things that if you don't have in your kitchen, it will end up being better outfitted for trying new recipes and doing new things.
These tools, I think, are going to be some must-haves for us. I mean, one thing I'm going to say off the top of my head, this is not a specific brand or anything, but this is something that I cannot live without, although I think a lot of cooks do not use this at all, and that is an iron skillet. I use it all the time. I hear people complain, it sticks, it's hard to maintain, Honestly, I cooked something in it recently and it was like an egg or something and it slid out. So it really does do a great job of browning things.
So you're talking about a cast iron skillet.
Yes, cast iron. The trick is it must be seasoned before you use it, and you must keep it seasoned. And you really don't want to use soap on it, or if you do use soap on it, you really need to re-season it every time by putting oil on it again. But if it's well seasoned, and here's the secret to using it, you must heat it first, empty, with nothing in it. You've got to get it hot with nothing in it. Now, don't do this with Teflon because that's not good for a Teflon pan or getting all that stuff out in the air. But with a cast iron skillet, you've got to heat it up first. When it's hot, then you add the oil. And then when the oil is hot, then you add whatever it is you're cooking. And it will not stick if it's seasoned well. It'll do an amazing job for you. And like cornbread, things like that. It's great for baking those things. And that's a great thing too about the skillet. You can go from stovetop into your oven and back and forth, and there's no problem.
Can I ask some follow-up questions?
Oh, what? Yes.
Okay. I had a cast iron.
I can feel some skepticism.
No,
in your voice.
I want to embrace the cast iron.
Yes.
I clearly did not follow the rules. I did not listen to this podcast. I didn't even know you then. God forbid. So my life was incomplete in so many ways. And my cast iron skillet, I threw in the trash. Mm-hmm. So here's my question. I did buy it at the grocery store. But it seemed to be a good deal because I had been looking and I really wanted one. And I was like,
it was probably fine.
Okay. So I thought, well, maybe I just bought an inferior quality one, but maybe.
What did it do? Did the food stick?
The food stuck and then it started to chip.
Okay. I don't know anything about that chipping. That doesn't sound right.
Okay.
Ew. Yeah. That sounds scary.
Yeah. So I chucked it because it was chipping and I thought that's not good.
No. But the food sticking, yeah, I mean, it can be that it's not seasoned properly or it didn't get heated first before you put the oil in. So you have to heat it before you even put the oil in, not just the food. And
when you're talking about seasoning it, so we're all clear, that's just putting the oil on. So it could be any oil, like olive oil or any oil?
Well, it's not just putting oil on. But yes, you can use whatever kind of cooking oil you use, but you've got to bake it in the oven with that oil on it for a while. And I don't really know, I don't remember how long you put it in the oven, but it's got to be put in the oven with the oil on for a while.
Oh, see, I didn't do that. I swirled some oil in it.
Oh, no, that's not seasoning.
And off we went to the races.
No.
Okay, so what
your mother didn't use it?
No.
So that's it.
My mother used like aluminum foil pans that she would throw out. She did not want to be. No. My mother is not. My mother would be like, no. My mom is. She would not. Your mom did not cast iron because she would be like, oh, you can't clean that? No, you must scrub it with Comet. Like, what are you crazy? Scrub that thing with Comet. That would gross her out.
She's obviously a city person. My mom grew up in the country, and you cannot be in the country and not have a skillet. I mean, that's just, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, can you go a little deeper on the seasoning, or am I going to have to look that up for the show notes?
Well, I don't remember. Well, I mean, that's all I remember. I guess I'll look it up to make sure I'm remembering. I haven't seasoned a pan in a long time because I've had mine for so long.
Okay,
but
so that's all I remember. To seasoning it. It's not you're sprinkling it with basil and oregano. You're actually doing something to it.
Right. Well, we'll confirm it. We'll verify it on the internet so that we're telling you the right thing. And because, there's no lies on the internet. Ha, ha, ha. But no, really. But that's the only thing I remember is you put the oil all on it. You put it in the oven for a while. And that's how you season it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the older your skillet, then even it's like it gets better and better.
Like your linen. Okay.
But now, one other tip for someone who's not used to using one, then when you're through using it, you kind of wipe it out. If you can wash it if you want to, but then you've got to re-season it, or you can just kind of rinse it out and just kind of dry it. But it must be fully dried or it's going to rust.
Yes, that's what happened to mine. It rusted. Okay.
I know, but because you missed this step.
I didn't know there was such a step. My mother's from Brooklyn. I'm telling
you. All right, listen. So then when you're through with it.
I'm going to try this again. I really want to like this. Yeah.
You should. Yeah. After it's clean, however you clean it, dry it thoroughly. Mm-hmm. And if you really want to get it just right, which maybe just to be on the safe side, you can put it on the stove for just like a minute or two on the heat to make sure it's
oil again.
It's fully dry. Well, it depends. If you use soap on it, you want to add oil. If you did not use soap on it, you may not need to add more oil.
What kind of cast iron pan do you have?
I think mine's a Lodge, something like that.
That's what I had.
Oh, well then there's something.
I didn't want to say the brand, so it was me, not them.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say that to you, but I think maybe it was you.
It could be me. I've made this is like 2 mistakes. I'm good. All right. It's fine. I really want to embrace the cast iron. I always have wanted to, but I was
and you have me on speed dial. If you have any skillet emergencies, I am here.
Okay. Great. Okay, that's really good to know. Okay, something I never thought I wanted in my kitchen, because as I said, I'm not really into having a lot of things. I'd rather, have one good spoon and one good yada yada. I'm not like, oh, that's what I use for, peeling carrots. And oh, this is what I use for peeling potatoes. So I'm not that kind of kitchen person.
No, I'm not either. I don't like a lot of gadgets. And if I'm not using it, I don't want it. And if I'm using it every week, great. If I'm not, then for the most part, I don't really want it.
Yeah. You know what I did based on one of your suggestions too? Is I got rid of my electric can opener too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's such a space waster.
Yeah. And I mean, you don't even I hardly ever open a can.
I know.
Okay. But one thing I'm glad that I got and I never thought I would need is a kitchen scale.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I need it for baking. Yeah. Because for cooking, I do lots of substitutions. I don't necessarily follow the recipe, but
I never follow the recipe yet.
But baking is different. You have to be pretty careful about
that's a chemistry
following.
Thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you do want to, sometimes you do have to weigh ingredients. So I love having my scale. It reminds me of being a kid and going to the candy store where they would weigh it on the scale and have it on the paper.
Right.
Yeah. That's
you really are from the country.
That was in New Jersey, I'll have you know.
Okay. Well, we got it in connection with making those DIY scrubs and bath bombs and all that I was doing with
Oh,
Laura
that's right.
from our friend Stephanie Rose's book. So you needed that to measure the cocoa butter and all of that. And I thought, oh gosh, I don't want her to make all this stuff. And then, I'm like guessing, oh, that's, half a pound. So I bought one and they're very inexpensive. I got it on Amazon. But it's such a useful little thing to have and it doesn't take up much space. It's very slim. So if you don't have one of those, you might find that that's useful to have.
Oh, I use that when I'm making my fudge every year too, because you got to weigh out how much chocolate you use. Well, I have a favorite new tool that I haven't gotten yet, but I want this. And so, you and I have a birthday coming up. So this may go on my birthday list because I didn't get it for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is the Russell Hobbs, Kate Beckinsale kind of, it's like her collection, but they have these retro tea kettles and toasters with these fun colors. So I definitely want one. They have a beautiful blue and we'll include the link there. So charming. I hope they work well because they look adorable.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so cute. Well, you know what's really cute? And I have one of these, so I don't need this one, but I have one of those standing KitchenAid mixers and I love it. And I was really.
Oh, I've got one too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have to have it.
It's fabulous. They're expensive. And I know that was a Christmas gift years ago.
But I have the same one I've had for a long time.
Right. You'll have it. It's kind of like a thing you can have a lifetime.
Yeah.
Except now, did you see the one at Williams Sonoma? They have it. It's in this blue that you would love. And the bowl is hobnail. It's so cute.
Oh, I think I saw those. Well, maybe I just, Stop, don't tell me this because now I'm going to have it.
Like mine is red because I was into red then. I'm like, oh gosh, I really wish it was white. But, that's his.
Well, when I bought mine, I wanted a color, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to change my mind I can't remember what color I almost got, but I just bit the bullet and said, no, I'm going to get white because then I'm not going to be mad later. But some of those blues are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they are really beautiful. Okay, I'm going to look at those. I don't know anything about those Russell Hobbs, so I'm going to check those out.
Okay.
This is very practical, and I didn't have one for years and years and years. Meat thermometer, a good one.
Yeah, I don't really use one.
Well, we do make a lot of meat here, and I've been trying to try different kinds of meat and different cuts because I think, I tend to just like, oh yeah, get the filet or blah, blah, blah. There are so many other different cuts of meat, and I have definitely a crew of carnivores in my house. So everybody enjoys that. So I've been exploring different types of meat and so you don't really know how to prepare it necessarily. And you don't know when it's done because if you think it's done by looking at the outside, it's probably too done. So actually the butcher at Whole Foods, I was buying some meats for Thanksgiving and he said, well, just use your meat thermometer. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
You're like, that one that I don't have yet.
Yeah, and if I was to get one of those for someone as a gift, what aisle would they be in? Because I was trying to act like I had this whole.
Did they sell them?
Yeah, they sell.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, so and I used it, and it was perfect. I mean, he gave me the exact,
nice.
And so you can ask if you have a butcher or you go to a Whole Foods or any kind of market where there is a butcher person, you can ask them, what temperature, when this is done, what temperature should it have achieved? And they will tell you. I mean, this guy was so good. He told me like, it wasn't like 175-ish. He was like, it's 178. And right in the center. And when I did, and I just followed his instructions and I had the meat thermometer to know when that was happening, it was because I definitely would have left that piece of meat in there for like another hour because it didn't seem like it was done. But it was, So definitely meat thermometer, and they're really inexpensive too.
Oh, that's a great idea. Well, you know what I found on Amazon that I'm thinking, I really need to think about this. It's like made for you and me. It's for your favorite germaphobe in your life. It's a voice-activated, touch-free trash can.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that the jazz?
That is the jazz. Yes. Don't have to touch anything.
So I haven't tried it yet, but I'm thinking, maybe I should get one of those because that would be so great. When you've cracked the eggs and it's kind of all over your hands and you don't want to touch the handle.
Uh-huh.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah. No, that's like me if I'm out on the street and I'm like, I have a whatever Starbucks cup or you have something you want to throw away and the street garbage cans where you have to push in.
Oh,
I'm not doing that. I would rather
no.
carry my trash for another 10 miles. I'm not
No,
touching that.
yeah, if you're in the bathroom, that's
They
what
should
they
have voice activated ones on the street.
Yeah, that's
So you
a
don't have
problem.
to touch that. Immersion blender, immersion blender, immersion blender. I've been saying this for like a year. I'm going to get an immersion blender.
Did you get one?
No, I'm going to get one now. No one ever gets me one. I'm going to get myself one.
Well, and I have a Cuisinart one. I love mine. And,
Cuisinart
we use it every day. Well, I have to get the heavy duty one because everybody in the family uses it. We all do the smoothie thing.
Yeah.
And so we burn through the motors pretty quickly.
Oh, is it
So
like a dustbuster motor, like the kind that it's like a lithium?
No, it's electrical. It's electrical.
So you have to charge it?
No, you plug it in.
You plug it in, but then when you're using it, it's unplugged, like a dustbuster.
When you're using it, it's unplugged.
That's what I'm asking you. Like, is that how the battery runs down?
No. There's no battery. No. The motor burns up because we use it so much.
Oh,
There's no battery.
Oh, okay.
No, it doesn't work unless it's plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
But now they have these annoying child safety things on it where you have to push two buttons. So.
I mean, so you
have to
lose
really
a few little fingers. What are you talking about, annoying child safety? I think that might be a good thing.
If you have children, it would be good.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Just don't hand
if you don't have children, it's just
Mary
going
and
to annoy
Johnny
you.
to play with while you're on the phone. Don't give them
Well,
the
why would they be
blender.
near? You shouldn't have your kids near an immersion blender.
Hey, you know what? Strange things happen. You have to be cautious all the time.
No.
Right?
I'm just joking. Of course, it's a good thing.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. BritBox just keeps getting better. The new Archie is amazing. And it's not the comics. It's about Cary Grant. Archie is the brand new limited series starring Jason Isaacs as Archie Leach, the man who became Cary Grant. From the award-winning screenwriter of Philomena, Archie tells Grant's born in Britain, made in Hollywood story, the dramatic grit to glamour transformation that led him to become one of the most famous people in the world. You are going to absolutely love the acting, but also the styling, the outfits, the scenery. It's the first time his story has been told in collaboration with his daughter Jennifer Grant and ex-wife Diane Cannon. The performances from Jason Isaacs and the rest of the cast are amazing, and it's only available on BritBox. So sign up for BritBox today to stream Archie and other fan favorites from any device. And we have a special limited time offer for our U.S. and Canadian listeners. Get 50% off, yes, that's 50% off your first month when you sign up for a monthly plan. But only if you go to BritBox.com and use our promotion code DTT at checkout. You're going to love Archie. So head over right now and get 50% off your first month of BritBox. Use the promotion code DTT at BritBox.com. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. I want to remind you that we are available for design consults. We take on your design dilemmas, questions, renovations, any project you want to talk about, any room, any space, we are here for you. And we really do enjoy doing these. And I think we've helped people a lot. So if you want to sign up for a consult, head to the link in the show notes. It's decoratingtipsandtricks.com/consult. We hope to talk to you soon. Now, I saw something about a champagne stopper, but I'm telling you, you don't need that. This is my anti-tool. You just put a silver spoon in upside down, or even a plated spoon upside down inside your champagne. If for whatever reason there was like a house went on fire and you couldn't finish the bottle and you had to leave, I don't know why anybody leave.
How are you going to fit a spoon?
A good bottle of champagne, half drunk, but
how are you going to fit a spoon in there?
Oh, you can.
Just the handle. You can't put the whole thing.
The handle. You just put the handle.
So is it supposed to be touching the champagne? I'm not following.
No,
this.
it's just in there. And whatever the silver does, like you're all about how the silver, you take it when you're sick and everything. Silver has a lot of interesting properties.
It's not going to keeps the carbon dioxide in the champagne.
It keeps it carbonated. I'm telling you.
What?
Yeah, this is
okay. I'm going to test this one out, and I'm going to tell you whether it works or not.
Okay. Well, I'm here to tell you it does work.
You've done it, but you don't put the stopper on.
You can't put a champagne cork.
No, that's true. You couldn't put it back in anyway.
I guess you could have one of those plastic stoppers, but that's not going to do anything.
I figured after it was open, that was it. You have to just drink it. Okay. So you just put the spoon, just the handle in the bottle.
And it works.
And then, okay, I'm going to try.
I mean, I wouldn't leave it there for a month, but if the next
I don't think it's
couple of days,
yeah. Oh, okay.
That works. So, so because I stumbled upon this tool when I was looking up things for this episode to talk about. And I thought, no, one doesn't need that.
Okay. Well, and I want to try a dehydrator, because to dehydrate some fruit, wouldn't that be nice? And you don't have to worry, because a lot of times when you buy the dried fruit, they've added sulfur to it. I think it's sulfur dioxide as a preservative to keep it from turning brown. But it's just all these awful preservatives in the dried fruit. And I really have a hard time finding it without the preservatives. Sorry. Yeah, it's those preservatives. So, but if you dried your own, I know. Now, some of the dark ones tend not to have the preservative. So if it's raisins.
I do like me some raisins.
The raisins usually are fine. It's the lighter colored ones that turn brown.
What if you get organic raisins?
No. But if they're dark, they don't bother with putting the preservative because it's already dark. What's it going to? It's black is going to turn black. It's already it's fine.
Oh, I see. So so like the dried.
They do it to
slices.
keep it. Yes. Or the.
Oh my God! Did you ever make those apple head dolls when you were little?
No. Did you?
Oh no! I bet people that are listening have done that. I did it for a Girl Scouts thing once. It was so creepy. So yeah, you would take an apple and you'd peel it, and then I just had this vision of opening. I kept opening up the drawer to see if it had like transformed itself. Yeah, it's like a shrunken apple head doll. I don't know why this was a Girl Scout craft. I mean, I guess my leaders, who were lovely women, but I guess they ran out of ideas, and then we did this. Yeah, so you peeled your apple, and then you carved like a face in it. And then you were supposed to like put it in a drawer somewhere, which probably totally grossed my mother out, that there was like this unpeeled apple in one of her kitchen drawers. And you just left it there.
And then
every day I'd be like, did it happen yet?
Right?
Yeah. It was like, did it change yet? But then eventually it would just become this like shriveled little.
It's like a shrunken head.
Old lady. Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't want that
creepy.
In my house. No. I don't know who started that, but that's just
okay. If anybody else did that, I cannot be alone. Somebody else was in a Girl Scout troop.
I know what you're talking. I've seen them,
but camping adventure.
But not once did I look at one of those and go, "I would like one of these in my house."
No, I don't know what you would do with it. I think we actually put the heads on we made little dresses for them, and I think we put the heads.
You put them on little spears, like little
soda
to scare away
bottles.
Oh.
Yeah, made like a little old lady doll out of it. That's creepy. Okay, I'm off piece. Let's go back to the kitchen tools. All right. This is maybe not so much a tool, but I use this, and we use this every day. If you haven't explored different kinds of salts, it's time.
Oh, yes.
You're missing out.
Yes.
You're missing out. So, I mean, obviously that little gal with the umbrella and everything, that's fine. And that's Morton's, and it's fine salt to use. But there is a whole world of salts out there that really can add to your dishes. And
well, we do, of course, the pink Himalayan. That's our favorite.
Well, because it goes with your house, the pink Himalayan.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Maldon is my salt of choice.
Oh, that's right. I need to try that one.
Yeah, it's an incredibly large flaked, light salt that are, I don't know, it's like harvested by vestigial virgins on the coast of Brittany somewhere in like their aprons. Like it, I mean, you go on their website, you're like, wow, how could you possibly still be making this like this? But apparently they are. And it's, the salt, like I've never tasted it before. I had taken a cooking class when I first moved to Los Angeles, maybe it was 10, 15 years ago. And this is when I was first introduced to it. And we have not looked back. It is fantastic. And I mentioned that because we put it in a salt cellar. Now,
I love the salt cellars. They're just fun. Just spoon it out.
Yeah. And you can have a cute little spoon, or, some people just put their fingers in there, but it's not a cooking salt. It's a finishing salt, if you will. Mm-hmm. And you don't need to use that much because it's in a good way, very potent. But yeah, I would definitely explore that, or any other type of, specialty salts, because it really can jazz things up a lot. Mm-hmm. And then you get these cute salt cellars. You get them in marble. I sometimes will just find a little silver something or other at a yard sale, and I'll use that for the salt cellar. I like to have a cover on mine because, there is dust and whatnot in the air. So I'm actually using one now that it was probably a sugar bowl. And so we use that.
Well, right. And I used a crystal preserve bowl at one time too, but be careful. Don't put a silver spoon in there because it will eat away at the silver. So yeah, you want to use just stainless steel or something in there, a ceramic spoon in with your salt. But yeah, you can get a lot of antique salt cellars. There's really some pretty ones.
What's pretty as a salt cellar spoon is tortoise. Not real tortoise, but they kind of have that look to it. It's kind of like a plastic, but it looks really pretty. That's nice.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the smoke, I found this on the internet and I cannot wait to get this thing. It's called a Donable smoker. And I think it's Japanese, but it's a little tabletop, or I should say cooktop smoker. So you just put, here in Texas, if you're smoking something, it's like a half a side of beef, So we have a hard time.
And if you're smoking something here in California.
Yeah, well, you people in California are different.
It has nothing to do with dinner, but you might be hungry later.
But we think so big.
Not me, but some people here are doing those things.
Yeah. I'm trying to ignore you right now. So we think really big, but the thing I like about this is it's super small. So you could, because maybe you don't want to have to fire up your
Thinking
big
smoker.
Smoking
small. Okay.
Well, there you go. So, I like the fact that
tabletop smoker.
Well, but it's Japanese, of course. They think small. And,
it
sounds like,
there.
Right, exactly. But it sounds like you could do it in 20 minutes. Whereas if you're smoking, like a big brisket, it's like 48 hours. But this, it sounds like you just you wet, it comes with chips and you wet them and then put them in the bottom and then you pour some water around the lip of it. And it looks like a ceramic bowl with a lid.
Oh, wow.
So I'm very excited about trying it.
And what's it called?
A Donable smoker. A Donable, smoker, yeah.
Well, my friend has a smoker, like one that you would have outside next to your barbecue or something. And wow, the stuff she produces from that, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Delicious.
we have a smoker outside, but I think we had something that was doing too many drippings, and it was kind of a big. I had gone to the grocery store to get something, and I got a phone call that our meal had caught on fire.
Oh no!
It was like a
there's
big
smoke,
fire.
there's fire.
It was a large fire there. Yeah.
Oh,
Fortunately,
no.
it was away from the house. Yeah, it was contained. Nothing got caught fire, but
Throw it in the well, Kevin.
It was just, that was going to be our dinner. It just made me so sad to see that shriveled brisket.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I know. Very sad. So I don't think you'd have that problem with this. You just kind of, it's just like 20 minutes and boom, you're done.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to think about that one. Because I did, the smoker is sort of appealing, but I was thinking that sort of thing had to be outside.
Well, right. I think, yeah, the big ones with the charcoal in it for sure you would want to.
Mm-hmm.
But this, is made for the stovetop. Yeah. So you have another one?
No, I think I'm topped out. My tools.
Are you? Okay. Well, I think I have one more because I know with Evie, when she's cutting the onions, and if you're cutting sweet onions, it's not as big an issue, but the yellow onions can really make you cry. And I think a great thing to get would be the onion goggles. In fact, I think she probably needs a pair.
Oh, I bet she'd just be thrilled with that. Yeah. Wait, let's get her some Hourglass mascara, at least to make that gift a little better.
She got,
and she'll look really good inside those glasses.
I'm not giving it to her for her birthday or for Christmas.
Okay.
It's something, just a
now,
nice.
This is like those food containers you talked about. Now, like 12 people email us like, I just bought those onion glasses and they look fabulous.
Well, she's using goggles
Anita.
now. No, she likes. Oh, stop it! She likes to cook.
Oh, no, I'm teasing. I'm saying that people would be appreciative of your advice there. Yeah, and because when I make fun of you, people are like, that's the best thing ever.
I know. You do like to make fun, though.
I would like to. Evie's she's just so gorgeous. She'd look good in onion glasses. Not everybody could pull that look off.
I think she could. Yeah.
I for sure think she could. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfast, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. So yeah, I think this is good. I mean, I love January, not just because it's our birthday on the 17th or anything.
We both share the birthday, if you caught that. We have the same birthday.
Same day.
Which explains a lot.
Sort of. Yes, it does. But I just love I love the new beginnings of January. And, not checking out all the old stuff, but just sort of like, stuff that's been on your list and cleaning out, I probably wouldn't buy a new tool unless I went through a couple of those drawers that you're like, do I really need these things? And, I have a lot of like little Christmas toothpicks and things like that, making room for the stuff that I really might use, like this immersion blender and things like that. There's just this clean slate, new beginnings feel to January that I love. And so adding in a new kitchen tool could be great because that might spur you on to trying new recipes. And because, everybody's rotation gets a little tired after a while, I would venture to say. Mine certainly does. So we hope we gave you some ideas about adding something new to your kitchen arsenal. And that might zip up what you're doing in there too.
Yeah, I love January too for a fresh beginning. And I know for a lot of people, it seems like it's kind of depressing because the holiday's over and they've taken down their Christmas decorations and the house feels bare. But I think it's kind of a fresh new look. And if it's kind of feeling sad to you, I think maybe this is the time to just go buy yourself go buy that immersion blender. Go buy those onion goggles for yourself.
Oh,
and
yeah. If you're feeling down, go buy onion goggles. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Or some Aeroglass Cosmetics or, something for bespoke. No. It's not all about buying. It's just about your attitude. I think of if, just whites and citrus and how exciting the next year is going to be and all the possibilities that lay before you. So I think that's what gets me going this time of year.
Yeah, but I enjoy the decorations when they're up, but there's something about getting them put away that I really like too. Whereas some people don't like that. What is so funny?
No, because I totally agree with you. I'm like, yep, I'm done.
Yeah, I know. But
because
that's
also, and not to be like the whole blogger thing, but we do, and you and I do less than, I can't imagine some of these ladies, what the stuff they have to take down. The stuff that they put up and when they start and how long it's there and then they have to take it down. So, anybody that's doing any sort of decorating, it is, you put a lot of effort into it and you're enjoying it. But somewhere in the little back of your mind has to be, gosh, I got to take that down too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I had a friend that had a whole room of the Christmas Village houses. You know what I'm talking about?
I am.
They had a whole room for that. And
wow.
I just don't know. And her poor husband was made to set those out and put them up. I don't think she was involved in that at all. And I think at some point, he just said, I can't do that anymore. It was just so much.
Yeah.
And then you feel like every year I've got to top it. Every year I've got to buy more.
Right. I need a skating rink.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, so and did we say it's New Year's Eve? Woohoo! So, I wasn't just talking about champagne for no good reason. So,
well, a lot of people
virtual
probably still have their
to everyone.
Yeah.
Happy
and people
New
probably
Year's
still
Eve.
have their Christmas decor still up. But I usually take mine down before New Year's Eve. I usually do. Yeah.
Before New Year's Eve? You don't.
Did I say that? I meant, what did I say?
You take it down before New Year's Eve?
Can we talk about something else?
Yes.
Do we have a listener question?
Yeah. Let's have some champagne. Everybody raise a glass or just a virtual, raise your hand, thumbs up. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and Happy New Year to you. And we are so excited for 2019 and all the fun things we're going to be doing and all the ideas we have coming at you. And we love the fact that so many of you participate in this community that we've created here by emailing us and calling us and sending us pictures and all that. So please keep doing that. And if you haven't done it already and you feel like you want to, bring it on, girl. So we want to see it. And somebody who has done that is Angela Kay. Angela she said, somewhat new to decorating tips and tricks. And
hi, Angela.
Yeah. And she's finding the podcast is inspiring and helping her in her decorating. And she is struggling with, she says, finding her style. But I think it's more like defining her style from the way her email reads. She's taken some quizzes and created a Pinterest board, and she's just kind of seems like, Angela, I'm not sure if I'm getting it exactly right, but it seems to me like you want to put a name on the look that you're drawn to, which is totally understandable. Lots of people want to do that. They also want to ask people like, what is your style? So she sent us the email along with a Pinterest board that she had created, and asked, what did we think? So Anita and I have both taken a look. So Anita and I will ring in on our thoughts. And Angela, that's so sweet that you listen when you're hanging out with your little baby. So congratulations on your baby. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but congratulations. And yeah, we're going to give you our thoughts now. It's a beautiful board that you created. I actually repinned some things from it.
It was. It's beautiful. I love the kitchens, especially.
Yeah.
Lots of white kitchens. So just to for people that can't see the board, there was a lot of neutrals in there. There were a lot of beautiful sofas, clean. I would call it it was kind of a clean, classic look. Traditional for the most part, but a little slightly transitional. When you look at them, it's very much what's in style right now. Very, very neutral. And I would say maybe leaning toward the clean and minimalistic kind of direction, I would say. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I have a name for that. I think you can make one up. I mean, I've certainly done that before. Do you have a name for it?
You've built a whole career online by doing that.
Yes. I know.
Right. Well, Angela says that when she takes the quizzes and whatnot, and all those things are very limited. Like they give you a couple of pictures maybe to choose from, and you pick, oh, I like B the most, or, and maybe a palette or something like that. So it's really hard to define. I just want to say first off, while I think it is a good idea to have a general sense of, what you like, and Angela's going about it in absolutely the right way by poking around on Pinterest and creating her own boards that she can look and curate and, take a look at over and over again and delete the ones she doesn't like so she can hone it down to, particularly if you're going to start a redecorating project, that's a great way to go. And you'll see over and over again the ones that you're drawn to. It curates the universe for you. But I don't think that anybody really needs to have a label put on what they like, because it may cross a lot of different lines, because like Anita has done, and I dare say I think I've done it too, you're going to create your own look. So you don't want to necessarily say, oh, well, I'm farmhouse, and so get me some fresh egg signs and get me this, or I'm traditional, so I have to only use these kinds of colors. And so you may want to mix a lot of it. And that's actually what I'm seeing on Angela's board. There is, I think,
a little bit of farmhousey.
Yeah, a little bit of modern farmhouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's got a little bit of.
How about modern neutral farmhouse? Maybe with a.
Yeah, I was thinking modern fresh farmhouse. If you had to.
I like that. Well, and here's the thing. I agree with you, Kelly. You don't have to have a name for it to tell other people, but I think it's good to have a name for it that you can use. It's like, just to call it for yourself. So that when you're out looking, you kind of go, yeah, my style is da-da-da. Rather, it's just kind of good to have, I don't know, it's like your kids. You need a name for them. I guess you're calling them. You're not calling your room. But I mean, it just it feels helpful, I think, from just your own brain to have some sort of name for it that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I agree. And definitely people want to have you give them a name. Like people have asked me so many times, well, what is your look? And I say, well, it's kind of like farmhouse glam. But even when that comes out of my mouth, I think to myself, well, the glam sounds a little too like over the top, blingy. That's not really what I mean. I just mean like I've got some sparkles going on, but, and I definitely have a lot of French elements, but I don't really use that in the term. So
but I think it's good to have it defined, at least in for your own purposes, some sort of name, just kind of like to put it in a box. And so to say, when you look at something, does that belong in that box or does it not belong in there?
Right. But don't let yourself be put in a box. You can
branch out. Right. I mean, you may just like something and say, it doesn't really belong in the box. I don't care. I'm going to use it anyway. That's fine too.
Right. Right. And then you make your own box and it all works together, because I am seeing for Angela's a lot of things that I'm drawn to is she's got chandeliers in here. So she's definitely got some sparkle going on as well. So I don't think you're 100% a traditionalist. I'm seeing,
right,
just for Angela's perspective, there's one, it's the second row in your Pinterest board, the first image on the left. Like that to me would be like a traditional living room. But I don't think that is reflective of your whole board. I'm seeing, like Anita said, lots of neutrals and creams and grays and clean lines and very pretty. You've made some very pretty choices. So I would say if I had to put a name on it, I would give it 3 words: modern, fresh farmhouse, because there's definitely a farmhouse feel to it. It's don't you think? Even some of the cabinetry that she's chosen and whatnot.
Oh yeah, sure. I think that's a good name. Yeah. It's beautiful. I mean,
So-
it's lovely.
Yes, I hope that helped, Angela. And if you wanted to ask any follow-up questions, yeah, we're here for you. That'd be great. And anybody else, bring it on. Email us, let us know. So thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you were listening to us, it's New Year's Eve. Oh my gosh. I hope you have a wonderful evening and all the very best for 2019. It's very exciting for everyone to have a new year on the horizon, a new calendar spread before us. So remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time. Hey, everybody. We want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com, or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. So until next time.